So, good morning, guys. Just want to say I'm here with Arboricola Grandiflora. This is a hybrid by Misplant. Great breeder. In my opinion, one of the best, and it will take decades to see what all the stuff that the guy has made crosses with. Like, the seed list was so big, I had problems picking some, and that was years ago. I stopped ordering because I stopped ordering anywhere. And also do not have like a credit card. It's not easy to order. But every year he's making amazing crosses that I would sell out without thinking. So yeah, Arboricola crossed with Grandiflorus, Trichocereus grandiflora, Echinopsis grandiflora, Trichocereus grandiflorus. So I'm out with Kami, early morning, and I just wanna, I don't know, I'm a little bit exhausted today. The time lapse ran for 2 days and 2 nights. It was so exhausting, but it looked good. I'm happy with it. I do not know why, but I put a song over it that I just had in my head. It was just there. I knew it was part of the story, though I didn't know why, so I just put it in. Sometimes you gotta trust your instincts and all. Yeah, and today there are not a lot of flowers that are opening up. We will do more work with the Trichocereus glaucus that I've shown yesterday. That video was very difficult to cut. I had a hard time cutting it, but it eventually worked. The problem was that I didn't want to show my book in the video. I didn't want it to look like an advertisement, so I cut everything out where I used my book, and I used it all the time. So yeah, but apart from that, it was good. I'm happy with it. And now today there is a lot of stuff that needs to be done inside here. The flower buds are coming to a point when it's getting dangerous, when I need to move them out. So in the next days I will be busy getting the plants out that are flowering. Yeah, I will be getting a big flower flush, and it will be hard to film it. So this flower here was pollinated with bamboi. Was open for way too long, so I do not think that the pollination succeeded. Highly unlikely. Let me see if there's... Yeah, I don't think this one was pollinated. The other will get Trichocereus glaucus. Feel like that could be a good cross. And we will use this one as father on glaucus, because that could be a good cross too. I'm convinced of these arboricola hybrids, because I've seen them flower. I've seen them with their immense power to flower. The size, this is a neglectable size, but it doesn't matter, because you mostly need this as a father, or maybe as a mother, and you put in something else, and then the next generation could have a huge flower. You never know. These are just, you need to see a plant not as a fixed thing, but as a tool that you can use under the right circumstances. And this one with arboricola, look at all the hybrids with arboricola. So far, I have not seen any of them that was really bad. So far, this is a very consistent, beautiful flowering species, and flowers aren't big, so get that out of your head that you have a flower the size of flying saucer, for example. Here with this plant, it's a different type of plant, and you need to see it the way it is, like as something in between. Size doesn't always matter. I mean, we all know size is important with flowers, but I'm one of the breeders who doesn't care about size that much, because I know how fast the flower size can change if you pick the right partner for it. And this here, no problemo. This is a decent sized flower for this kind of plant. If you use it as a father on flying saucer, who knows what would happen? The offspring would probably have arboricola body, because arboricola has been very dominant in regards to the body. But flower size could be everything here. Could be huge, could be small. I wanted to show you this one again. Not sure if it's in the video, in the daily video, but right now it is. This is arboricola crossed with grandiflora. Flowers not very big. Let's measure it out. Not sure if I find the meter. I'm in constant search for my equipment. Found it. So let's measure it out. I would think it's between 13 and 14 centimeter, maybe less. We'll see. They aren't big. By the way, the backdrop is pretty nice, right? This is an old tree stump that I had here to sit on, and then this stuff grew over it. I think it's a pest. It's an invasive weed, but it looks good in the background, kinda behind the flower, maybe. So every now and then I will maybe use it. And yeah, let's measure the flower. Maybe like this. Yep, 13.5. Not a big flower, but definitely nice. Now I need the tripod. I realized I'm completely incapable of like planning long term this kind of stuff, you know. So a normal person would just take all their tools and go out with them, but I can't. Somehow it's not possible. So now I'm looking for my tripod, and I realized something. This isn't normal. A normal person would just put everything together, their whole equipment, and take it all out with them. But I am somehow incapable of making these long-term plans. I just do not have that in the brain. It's like, I don't know. It's not there. But luckily the tripod is. Okay, this looks nice, right? Such a straight, nice picture. So let's see. Here's one. Let's take it here and here. 13.5. Right in between 13 and 14. Sometimes you just get experience. I don't know. You can just pretty well judge the size of a flower, like just on the appearance, on the shape. Certain types of flowers just have their own size ranges and all. These arboricola hybrids are not so big in general, and that is the reason why a lot of breeders do not work with them. But I'm sure long term they will see it differently, because all it takes is one of these with a bigger flower and you have a flower machine. A real flower machine. This is a good species. It's great for breeding. But it will depend on whether or not the small flowers will always be there in hybrids with it or not. If at some point a bigger flower can be the result, I don't think it's going to be a problem, the flower size. I don't think that I think at some point the flowers of these will be so big that there's no discussion. You know, it will become obvious that the strong intensity, the strong flowering power overweighs everything else. You just need to have a good hand picking the right parents for it, and in the next generation you have hybrids that could have huge flowers and flower like that, you know. And the body is a little bit different too. It's not so used up, you know. This is it might look like a small candicans or spachianus right now, but this is a hanging basket kind of plant, you know. They get pretty tall, like maybe 120, and then they start hanging over, growing prostrate. They're interesting plants in between Echinopsis and Cactus, something like that, you know. This is how you can imagine a hybrid between Cactus and Echinopsis. With you can see some resemblance of Cactus, but the flower is different. The flower is an Echinopsis flower. And when I say Echinopsis, you know, all the botanical names. Right now, arboricola is in Soehrensia, where it will stay probably, and for good reason. I mean, when I use Echinopsis, I mean, as in that group of plants that could produce such a kind of flower, such an Echinopsis influenced flower. Because let's have a look. There you have this green tube covered with scales here, and hair, grayish hair, brown, blackish, and that's a trait that you often see on Echinopsis trichocereus. Let's have a look at another plant. Let's have a look at the tube on the trichocereus. Yeah, there you see, this is Glaucus. Echinopsis glauca, Trichocereus glaucus here. And it also has this kind of tube. I mean, the shading here you can see a similar one. It's just not fully ripe yet. Similar traits, you know. And here's something like Cactus. You can definitely see that something like this and some kind of Echinopsis or Trichocereus or Soehrensia could produce the body and the flower that we've just seen, you know. Like in our case, in this video, it's a hybrid, but the flower is similar to the original. The original is just white. These are the flowers of Soehrensia arboricola, the botanical one, and it's opening tonight, just now, pretty soon. So yeah, maybe we'll do a time lapse with it, maybe not, we'll see. But it's an interesting flower. I think we will wait until this tip is flowering, because it looked better. It would look better. The other plant, this is a cut piece. It looks a little bit wrecked, but it's flowering like crazy. It's great for breeding, but for a video it's probably not the right thing.